Coming radical to I'm tossing you on a highway. Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to the Game Skates. Today, and only today, we are here, that's right, to discuss, shockingly, some more Sonic stuff. We are in the month of May now, which means we are in, not endgame territory, but if anything, we are in the shifting of news time. Like, it is time for some Sonic news, and I'm thinking we're about to enter Sonic Central territory. And a few news pieces have popped up that have made me want to talk about this. So let's get right into it like always. And please subscribe to your boy and make sure to like that button and all that stuff. So just make me, let me live, bro, please. And let's start with, as always, our Go Midori with the information left, right, up and down and on the side. So Midori pulls up saying Sonic domain expansion. Sega registered a web domain for Sonic Rumble on April 18th. There are web pages for Sonic Rumble on the Sega website. They cannot be accessed right now. Sonic Rumble Party and other names were assessing in development for the unannounced Sonic mobile title that is similar to Fall Guys. So if you guys remember, a month or two ago now, we reported on a trailer that leaked for a Sonic Fall Guys mobile game. And so now we have it. Sorry for the Discord ping. And so now I guess they changed the name from Sonic Toys Party to this. So other stuff we have here is information recap. So developer Division 4. It's going to release June and July / July. So we're going to see this like extremely soon. Platform iOS, releasing on other platforms is possible. So hopefully, you know, we get a console port at some point. Gameplay is similar to Fall Guys and Stumble Guys. Customization, collaboration with multiple IPs is planned. Persona series included. So cool that we're going to get some nice crossover stuff in there. Some Sega collabs and all that stuff. Rovio's Beacon was used as development process for the title. Sonic Rumble was play tested in multiple regions along with multiple upcoming Sega group titles, including Crazy Taxi, Jet Set Radio, and Metaphor. And this to me is exciting, right? I don't want to show the footage that's leaked because I think they took down the original footage that was shown for it. But to me, like, another Sonic game on the horizon is cool. While this game doesn't look like the most crazy thing, it's cool to just have more Sonic stuff. And again, if she's saying it's planned to be on more platforms, then I would love to support this at launch, get some cool costumes and skins so that when it's eventually ported, we get those skins and things into the main game. Because I feel like Sonic deserves a proper multiplayer game because we don't really have a Sonic game we can play together. You know, I feel like that's the big thing Sega is missing out on. You know, I know there's the Roblox one, which is the speed, but that's really not the same. You know, with how fast that game is, there's nothing interactive about that game. Whereas here, if it's a battle royale and you're fighting other players, then at least there's some sense of community. And so having more community-like Sonic games would be nice. And then the next thing I wanted to talk about was apparently via Paramount Mexico on TikTok, the first trailer for Sonic 3 is coming very soon. Now, for those of you that don't know, also, this has been heating up in general. There have been just a lot of reports saying that Sonic Movie 3 trailer is coming soon. Apparently, Paramount is having a movie next week come out. It's called If, and it's rumored that, you know, Sonic Movie 3's trailer is going to play before it, which doesn't necessarily mean it's going to play that day when that movie drops, but that's going to, it needs to be out soon because it's going to play before it. Apparently, some theaters have the trailer, so it's a matter of when. And also, a lot of the CinemaCon trailers that have happened from last week's or 2 week ago's event have come out. The Lion King trailer came out, the Transformers trailer came out. Just like there's been a lot of trailers from that event that have come out, so it makes sense to see Sonic Movie 3's trailer pull up next. And God, man, this is the big one. I'm gonna be there frame one. You know, I will be streaming the second they say that trailer is coming out, and I'm going to be ecstatic and losing my mind. And as all of you will be with us, I think it's gonna be one of our most exciting days on here. But I'm so excited for this, and obviously this has sparked my thought and idea that yes, we are getting a Sonic Central soon. So I put a tweet, you know, I said most likely we'll probably get Movie 3 trailers, some footage or something, Sonic Shadow X Gens footage, which we gotta talk about, Sonic Rumble, the mobile game, and maybe a Sonic Shadow animated short. And then I asked you to drop their predictions. But before I get into your predictions, let me talk about this a bit. So Sonic Shadow Generations could be here, and I don't know when this Sonic Central is gonna take place, but I do know it's happening thanks to 10 seconds before I was gonna record this video, Midori pulled up and saying this is correct information, but I don't have information about the shadow animation. Now that's me making speculations because they have done an animated short for every Sonic project since 2017. They did it for Mania, they've done it for Team Sonic Racing, they've done it for Colors Ultimate, they've done it for Mania Plus Superstars. They do it for everything. They did it for Frontier. So I have no doubt in my mind Shadow is going to get an animated short, especially because he's the coolest motherfucker alive, and he deserves it. And so when Midori's saying this correct information, I'm thinking with Movie 3 trailer, does it debut in a Sonic Central, or do we just wake up and that's a trailer and maybe there's just extra footage of movie 3 in here, which is probably possible, you know. And I think the Sonic mobile game, they can show it here. My boy Dynamo says, is a Shadow the Hedgehog remake unlikely? I feel like it should happen, but it won't. I don't think so. I think Sonic X Shadow Generations is going to be your Shadow representation. As much as I like Shadow 2005, I don't think we're ever going to see that game ever again. I know it sounds weird, but I really think it's a game that, while I think the community has grown on in a lot of ways, I just think with the gunplay and everything, I don't see them ever bringing that back. At most, I can see them remaking that game, and it's going to be a very different product. Yeah, M said exactly what I said. A Shadow animated short like the Frontiers prologue would be insane. God, dude, could we imagine how well fed we're going to feel if we have a Shadow animation on the level of how cool the Knuckles prologue was? It's over. It's over if it happens, but please. Oh, Sonic Stadium says IDW Knuckles anniversary and Sonic 3 tie-in comments. I could see that. I could 100% see a Knuckles IDW thing. I could even see a Shadow IDW focus. That'd be kind of cool. Nothing too big on that front, because IDW has kind of been a bit on the low lately. You know, I know the company has been doing too well. They took a bit of a hiatus with IDW. I know they're coming back soon with the Sonic Riders collabs they've got going on stuff, but it's not looking the best for them right now. So hopefully they can make some nice banger spin-off stuff. Interesting that Arjix says, out of all those three Sonic Rumble announced, it's too early for movie 3 and Sonic Shadow Gens info. Really? I mean, they're saying Sonic Shadow Gens during games. Just, I kind of agree with that, but I don't know, man. I feel like if they had a Sonic Central that didn't show Sonic X Shadow Generations, I would be like shocked, you know. And I feel like maybe there's gonna be more footage of it at Summer Games Fest, but I don't see a world where we're not gonna see that game here. And again, to be fair, we don't know if the Sonic Central is gonna be this month or next month. They've had a weird history. I feel like there was a Sonic Central that took place in May, by the end of May, and then there's some that have taken place on Sonic's birthday and some that have taken place on early June. So it really depends where they're planning on placing the Sonic Central this time around. I know you said predictions for a video, but movie Sonic is unlikely because Paramount handles its marketing for other Sonic Shadow Generation 100%. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Midori's saying the information is correct. So while I think Sonic movie's trailer is going to be in, you know, a solo thing, it's going to be Paramount's marketing, I do think at the bare minimum we'll get at least some footage or a poster or some reminder of Sonic Movie 3 in the Sonic Central. Oh, this is a good one by Mr. Bowser. Minor prediction, but classic Sonic and Tails will be added in Monkey Ball Rumble. Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense to me. They were in the last 2 releases of Monkey Ball, and I just feel like with the new one coming out, it's an easy marketing thing to be like, Year of Shadow? Fuck it, put Shadow in a Monkey Ball. That's what I want. I want Shadow in this. Enzo make it kind of a crazy one, say, for love of God's sake, and make a Superstars Plus and let RZS redeem themselves. We haven't talked about this. I mean, I don't think a Superstars Plus is likely for a few reasons. One, as much as I would like it, I feel like at this point we would have maybe heard rumblings of it. But two, I think the difference between the last 2 Plus games and Superstars Plus is the difference is Mania was a $20, $30 game that got a $5 to $10 increase in price, and we had Origins, which had Origins Plus, which is also $40, $50 that got a $10 price, whereas Superstars was full price. And so I think if they added any more DLC on top of that, making that game a $70 game, I don't know how that would go with people, and I don't know. It's nothing about Superstars tells me that they're going to update. I would like a Superstars Plus in terms of, hey, maybe throw in another character in there, maybe, you know, fix some stuff about the game. But I don't know, man. I feel like with the amount, like with the time attack and the campaign they did for Trip and everything, it feels like they kind of did everything they want to with that game. They've never even really patched it much post the Shadow costume in the game. They've been adding costumes. I mean, the IHOP Amy just came out, so technically they're still supporting the game, so I could probably see another skin or two being added to it. I agree with Totally G. It'll be most interesting if they called it Shadow Central. I would love that. It's the Year of Shadow. They're doing their big marketing push that it's a Year of the Shadow. If they just called it that, I would love that. Make the font just gray or red. I think that would be a really smart tactic and get even more people watching. I mean, Phantom's also right here. They normally just go over smaller things at Sonic Central, so I expect if it happened, more mech with hype plan, some merch, more Legos, and maybe more Sonic Symphony dates, ending with maybe a Shadow animation for Gens. Yeah, that seems like honestly the safest one with how these have turned out. SA2 was shown at E3 in May 2000. They're driving the trailer this month, Sonic Central or not. I mean, yeah, I could see it. You know, it'd be crazy too if not even a remake, like we would talk about it. Why not just drop the ports of Sonic Adventure 2 on consoles at this point? I mean, I feel like it's the anniversary year, and I know you have Sonic Shadow Generations coming out as the big title, but why not just for digital consoles? Like, hey, $20, here's Adventure 2 Battle HD. You know, I feel like that would maybe sell probably a lot of copies, and it would be easy thing to pump out without them really putting any effort into it. LA's got a good one. This might be a hunch, but Mario and Sonic Paris 2024. This is the longest we've gone without an Olympic Games. We know that Ubisoft has the right to the Winter Olympics, which is why we haven't gotten a Sonic Winter Olympics in a long time. What's going on with Mario and Sonic? Is it dead? I think if we don't get one announced this year, then I think it's safe to say Mario and Sonic at the Olympics is a dead thing. Now, I don't really think I mind that because it felt like it's been beating a dead horse with these games, as fun as they are to see the little crossover aspects. But yeah, I mean, if Paris 2024 is this year, then that's really the last chance they have to announce this, whether here or in a direct. So yeah, I mean, it's actually a bigger deal than you think. I mean, it's the end of an era. Not that it's a crazy era, but an end in one for sure. So for this, I'm going to say maybe a Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing teaser. Midori has said that Sega is working on more All-Stars games in the series, so I could totally see that happening here. I feel like it's more of a next year thing, but I don't know. I mean, at this point, it's been a long time since Team Sonic Racing. Feel like they've always wanted a racing game to exist every few years. So I would be fucking happy if we just got a new racing game. As much as I want Riders, and maybe it'll be a Sega All-Stars Riders game, which would be raw. I don't know, man. I'm open. Also, one thing no one's predicted is I think we'll get another Sonic Dream Team update, and it'll probably be the Shadow update. They said they've got more content planned for Sonic Dream Team. In fact, the last update didn't even really finish. We got half of that world, so more content in that game, and it'll probably show Shadow as the next playable character. Makes a lot of sense. Milo says the Fortnite/Fall Guys collab. I mean, look, they've collabed with Fall Guys before, and I know there's a lot of people that have always wanted Sonic to collab in Fortnite, and I've always thought about it, like, what do you do, right? Because I think Sonic is much more bigger than Pac-Man to just have like a little back bling, but I don't know what you do. I mean, you can't really add the characters because of the proportions, but they could do something clever. Like they could have the characters in the game wear onesies of Sonic characters. You could have Amy's hammer as a weapon. I feel like there's definitely some stuff you could do. You could have Knuckles' gloves also as another weapon, and also a Sonic glider. Like there's some cool shit you can do with Sonic even without getting the full characters in there. But all this to say that I really think we've got an exciting month ahead of us, whether it's a Sonic Central, whether it's a new trailer coming up this week or next week, whether it's Sonic Shadow Jets. It feels like things are heating up, and I'm not necessarily leaning anymore on the fact that Summer Games Fest is going to be the thing that has everything. I think Movie 3 at this point is big enough in its marketing to own the day. I think Sonic Shadow Gents could show up at a Sonic Central. Maybe it'll get extra footage at Games Fest. I'm sure it'll be there. Hopefully I get to check it if it's there. I don't know. I feel like there's going to be a lot of cool stuff coming up this month. And let me know what you guys think in the comments below. What are you most excited for? And of course, I love you. I'll see you all next time. Peace out.